Yes. Yes. Has anybody heard from Anne and Leah? See how they're doing down there?
I think they found out it was really, really hot.
It was
Like,
supposed to be
yeah.
like 40
And
degrees.
so I text her or message her in the morning and I message her at night, and we play our game and put out coffee, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have heard. Well, here we are, live again at my sewing room. I have to turn it this way so they can tell that I'm the press.
Look over there.
Yeah, there's on press. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I had to say something to get it to go live. So I'm hoping now that we've got some customers out there who are on Facebook.
We will
Oh,
have.
and
There's
thank
somebody
you
there.
on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Oh, and there's Tina. Hi, Tina. Hi, Ruth.
And Ruth.
Wonderful. You guys are awesome. So I do always like to start off the show and say that we are live at my sewing room, and that we appreciate it all your likes, all your loves, all your shares, and all your wonderful comments that you give to us, and you just make us feel good and want to keep coming back and doing it again and again. So thank you ever so much. So today, of course, is the second day of the Sandy Pete. We're doing a three-peat. So,
A three-peat.
three-peat. So today, Sandy is actually the roving reporter from my sewing room, and I have the absolute privilege of discussing all things wonderful with Barb. And let me just say, hi, Barb.
Hi,
You
Sandy.
can't see my microphone, so I'll
it's
just kind of
okay.
wave it
You
around.
just
Okay.
wave it around.
I'll just wave it around.
It's not directional. It's okay.
That's right. I'll just hold it here and we'll pretend like that's a mic and not some sort of marshmallow on a stick. But okay. All right. So welcome.
Thank you.
We have worked together for a number of years now.
7.5.
7.5 years. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that you have just been a wonderful addition to our staff. So I need to pick your brain. Okay.
Oh dear. Well, the brain is fine. Just leave the hair there. I'm losing them rapidly.
Okay. All right. So thinking back, when did you start sewing?
Oh my goodness. I started sewing because I come from a family of seamstresses. I started sewing when I was big enough to reach the foot pedal on the sewing machine when I sat on the special sewing stool.
Isn't that wonderful?
So I was probably about 7.
7. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
That's
a long
really
time
awesome.
ago.
Yeah, it's very, it is. That's I shouldn't say that. No, it's just been a short time.
Oh, a
It's
short
just
time?
a
Yeah.
short
The years have whizzed
Just
by.
whizzed by, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's sewing. So when and how did you become interested in quilting?
Well, it's funny. I think my mother quilted. I remember quilts, just a few, and the old traditional ones of made from scraps and sewn
right.
together and
Yeah.
and that sort
Hand
of thing.
sewing?
Machine
Machine at that point, okay.
machine pieced and hand quilted. I don't think I ever did anything like that until maybe the late 90s.
Okay.
And then I went, oh, I should try making a quilt.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
was your first quilt that you made?
I think the first quilt I made was for one of my sisters when she got married, and it was just big applique hearts on pieces of fabric sewn together. And would you believe the second quilt that I made?
Yeah.
And I know the year on this one was 2000,
Yeah.
was the doily quilt.
Oh, I've seen that. You ran that as a class, and that is
Yeah.
absolutely smashing.
Yeah.
So,
I learned a lot on that.
yeah.
Most particularly, I learned that quilt blocks should all be the same size before you try and put them together.
Yeah, that always helps, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And that was a really wonderful class that you ran. And
it
the
was fun.
quilt, it was beautiful.
It was
Absolutely
fun.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So now you do other things other than quilting, though.
Yes, probably lots of things, some better than others.
Well, I've read one of your stories. In fact, I've read a couple of your stories now. So you are a writer.
Yes, I dabble. I dabble. We don't say publish too much anymore, but we did do 2 mystery quilts at my sewing room that I wrote, and that was kind of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
And I write really bad poetry.
Oh, some of her poetry is actually really funny. Others is absolutely spot only lovely. So, and she is an author. So, it's great. I see someone else joined us. I see Robin has come online. So
hi, Robin.
Nice to see you. And so you're a writer, you're a sewer, a quilter. You are a designer too, because you designed both of those quilts that we did.
Yeah, that was almost the most fun.
Yeah.
It's just making things up. I'm really good at making things up.
I agree. She does. She's got an immense imagination, and just her ability for colors is just extraordinary.
Yeah, I love color.
Just absolutely beautiful.
Color. Yeah.
All right. So now, when did you start working at my sewing room?
I started working here. I shadowed our Doris, in the Longarm for a month or so. So my first time I walked through the door was in January of 2016.
Fabulous.
And I started full-time here on the Family Day weekend of 2016.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's how I remember.
Seems to me there's a family connection about how you actually came across this job.
Yeah. I was reading the newsletter and I noticed this job listing. They were looking for someone to run the Longarm. I'm going, well, I've always wanted to try that. Yeah, well, maybe not. And then my niece, who also gets the newsletter, phones me up and she says, did you see that job posting? And I went, well, I guess I better apply. So I applied. That's how. And now my niece Julie, you'll see her working here most Saturdays.
Most Saturdays, yes. Jules is on my shift on Saturdays, and it's always fun to play and work with her. So that's great. All right. So you came to my sewing room that year. And so what kinds of things do you do in the Longarm area?
Well, I guess my prime directive is to quilt quilts for our customers. So that was how we started off. We had a brand new machine, a brand new system, and nobody else. We had 2 part-timers at the time. They didn't know how to run that system.
Okay.
And so they said, here's the manual and here's a stack of charity quilts. This was right at the Fort McMurray fire time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they said, figure it out. And sometimes that's the best way to learn, because the manual was really, really good and just got started. So mostly it's quilting quilts for our customers. So we do computerized quilting, edge to edge, or we do custom quilting, either with the computer or I get to doodle on the quilts.
Just beautiful. So you do pantographs as well, or
you know something? Personally, I've only stitched pantographs a handful of times.
Okay.
Because I get to use the computer system.
Well, yeah, I do remember us doing the staff challenge for the 3-yard quilts, and we had to finish the quilt a way that we'd never finished before. And I have to admit that I don't really like quilting my own quilts. I always brought them into Barb to do, and I want to say that they have all turned out, as my kids say, works of art.
Oh,
that's beautiful. Yeah. But I did try doing pantographs, and I'm telling you, my arm and one hip was so sore for 2 days. I thought, oh, that job is not for me.
You know, it's kind of like riding a bicycle. It's the more you do, the better you get.
All right, sweet. Okay, so you do long arming. So what's the process when a customer comes in with a quilt?
Well, they're going to bring me their quilt top. They're going to bring me the quilt backing, and batting if they have it, or we can cut batting off the roll for them. And then I get to see all their beautiful work, and I get to advise them what kind of quilting is going to look nice on their quilt. I get to advise them on what color thread would look good, and all of that sort of thing.
Wonderful.
So it's pretty simple.
Well,
Really.
okay, she says simple, but you know what? I've taken in a few quilts and it's kind of a guessing game as far as I know. Oh, I think that'll look nice. Yeah. I think Barb has a better understanding of some of the threads and colors and how it will all get together.
It comes with practice. Yeah.
All right. So my sewing room does custom quilting as well as the computerized edge to edge all over patterns. We do two other services that are related to quilting, but not with the machines. Well, I guess with one with machines, we baste quilts.
We do basting, yes. Yeah, if you like to hand quilt, or you want to just do your own quilting at home on your sewing machine, we can baste the layers together for you, so you don't have to fight with all of those nasty safety pins.
That is a brilliant idea.
Really, really handy.
I think that's really fabulous. Handy. And I didn't realize that we did that until, I don't know, it wasn't very long ago. And then I realized that, my goodness, you can get a quilt based. It's fantastic. Okay, something I did know that was available through us is binding.
Yes, we will put the binding on your quilt as well. I have to say we get our Dawn to help with that one. And that's more of a time thing.
And I think a lot of times, you're busy with the machine and you need someone else to be able to sit down and do that.
So it's a wonderful service, because I know there's some people, I like doing the binding, but there's a lot of people don't want to do the binding.
Okay, so that sounds like pantographs all over again. All right. So that's wonderful. So we can do those types of things. Now, you and Dawn have a project underway right now, don't you?
We do, actually. We've done a few of these. Occasionally we get people who have a very well-loved quilt. And maybe it's been well-loved so much that part of the quilt is wearing through. Or something has come loose, and that sort of thing.
Before we lose it, hang on to that earring.
You know, I made that earring. It doesn't matter.
Okay, she can make it again. Okay, so obviously she does jewelry as well. Okay, so back to the project.
Yeah. So we get people who will bring these quilts into us, and we'll evaluate. We'll tell them what we would do. We find out what they want to do, and a lot of times it depends on what do you want to use the quilt. Are you still going to be using it? You want to just, enjoy it. Yeah. So we do a little bit of quilt repair and restoration.
Right on. So besides you doing all the work, well, you do all the work. Let me just say that. Okay. You teach too.
I do. Yes. Yeah, that's kind of fun. It's always nice to share things that you enjoy. So, over COVID, we had a bit of a mix-up, but we're back now to teaching our certification class once a month. So if you're the sort of person that wants to quilt your own quilt, or maybe you just want to find out what this is all about, because I've had people in class too who go, it's very interesting, I think I'll let somebody else do it. But we're running our certification class, so we will teach people how to run the machine. We will teach them how to stitch a pantograph, and give them a little taste of what free motion feels like. And then they can decide.
So that's wonderful. So we then, what do they do? Rent our machines out then after that?
Then they can rent time on our Longarm. Most often we rent the Bernina, but occasionally people want to rent the handy quilter, so that's fine. And they can come in and we help. We're always there to help. We're always there to coach, because if you don't do it on a regular basis, it drifts out of the brain cells.
We forget where we're headed and everything.
So we're always there to help and coach them along, and then they can quilt their own quilt.
That's fantastic. I also know that you are an integral part of Longarm sales as well.
Yes. Selling a long arm is like selling pantyhose.
Okay.
There are I know that sounds funny, but you know, I've had people say, "Yeah, you're right," because there's so many different sizes of long arm, types of long arm, um, accessories and things like that. So it kind of helps to have someone who can guide you through the forest and help you find the right tree.
So you ask all the right questions.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
That's right. Because I know that my sewing room does Bernina, Handy Quilter.
Those are our two lines of long arms. Some of the long arms are kind of short, but that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get different size frames.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so good. And besides stand-up, there are some sit-down quilters
Sit-down
too.
machines too. Yeah. Yeah. So we talk about a sit-down long arm or quilting machine and a stand-up or movable machine.
Ah, okay.
Or as we say in class, at a sit-down, you're moving the paper,
Okay.
and on a stand-up, you're moving the pen.
Yeah, that's a good way of thinking of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. So, and then I also heard that, you know, you help out those new owners who have
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah, of course, if you buy a machine from us, whether it's a sewing machine off the floor or a long arm from back here, you get your new owner's class. I call it the care and feeding of your new machine. So we show you how to dust, how to oil, how to change the needle and the bobbin thread and everything you need to know so that you're comfortable with your purchase.
I think that's fabulous because a lot of times people are hesitant about using their new machine without some instructions.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
very important. So
And
that
I mean,
is
we're
available.
we're always here for them too. You know, if they, because a lot of times people are buying these bigger machines because it's not convenient to come into someplace and rent. So they may be out of town, so they know that they can always pick up the phone and phone us, and
Call us and
we'll talk them through
we can
it.
certainly help
Yeah.
them, can't we?
Yep.
All right. Okay, my girl. What is your favorite thing about Longarm?
Oh, you know, it's kind of a toss-up. Personally, my favorite part of the job is doodling on fabric. I love doing that. I spent 9 minutes yesterday afternoon watching an Angela Walters video, and all it was the machine drawing the pictures. There was no talking or anything. And I'm going, why am I watching this? It's fascinating.
It's fascinating. Yeah.
So there's that side of it, but I also love to see all the other quilts that people are doing. There is such a variety of quilts.
And I have to say, our customers absolutely make some gorgeous
Oh yeah,
things.
and like so many different styles and different kinds.
So everybody has a different thing. So I see a few more people have joined us. So hi,
Yes,
Carol. Hi, Teresa. Hi,
Miss
Sandy. Very nice. I'm glad you could join us as we're visiting with Barb and discussing all of the things, ins and outs of the long arm area. So before we go any further, I just want to remind everybody that we have our wonderful, put it right in front of my face, Super Summer Savings event.
And can I point out
Can you
in
find the
particular
quilting one?
on that one?
Yep.
20% off quilting services for quilts brought in during the week of July 24th to the 30th.
Yeah.
So get sewing.
Yeah, so we're saying this out loud right now so that you've got a little bit of time to get your quilt together
Get your quilts
and get it in, and
Yeah.
you'll get 20% off, and you get Barb's professional.
Do you know what professional means? Just means you get paid for it.
Oh, okay. So you get her professional. I call okay. So she's a little modest because I called her an expert earlier, and she says, "No, I'm a professional." And I said, "Okay." So we're going with you get her professional everything when you come in. You get her concentration. You get her all of her everything she can offer you when she does it, and it's always a pleasure. All right. Well, I'm so glad that we had this time together, Barb, and we got to talk.
I'm so glad we had this time
together.
Hey, we're dating ourselves.
Yes, we are.
Andy.
Whoops. All right. Sweetheart, is there anything else you want to say before I do some announcements?
This job is so much fun, but all good things have to come to an end. So if people are not already aware, come the fall, there may be an opening in the long arm department.
Yes. Barb will be, what did you say? What did you say you were going to do?
My husband is tired, so now it's time I retired.
That is absolutely amazing. And of course, thank you for your service.
Well, I've
and
spent the last 3 years, because for probably a year before that, going, I can't retire. Helen Godden's coming.
Perfect.
And then we sent Helen home literally the week of the COVID lockdown. So I'm still here.
Yep.
But then Helen Godden is coming back to do some classes with us in October.
So that's fantastic. That will be your pièce de résistance for work here.
Right.
I think that's wonderful. So if you're not sure about when she's coming, give us a call at the store and I'll find out more information. But Helen Godden is coming. We're going to try and get that completed this year. Yeah. And that is awesome. So this has been really wonderful. And thank you, Barb.
You're welcome.
Everybody out there, if you think that this might be something you would like to do, I think you should come in and talk to Barb.
I'll give you all the scoop here.
Yeah, she's going to give you.
Oh no, you're the press.
I will.
You're the press.
I'll give you
have the scoop. Sandy will give you the
I'll
scoop.
get you in touch with the person you know, right? Wasn't that? Yeah. We'll have a nickname for her. Yeah.
A nickname.
Nickname, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
ooh.
like
Make it a good one.
You know, like there was Deep Throat in that one. We could call you Magic Fingers. Ooh, yeah. She could be Magic Fingers.
I like the one that says quilters are a cut above.
Ooh, I like that. That's awesome. All right, so Barbie is going to stay with me for just a little bit longer.
Quilters like to pick up the pieces.
Oh, that is good. I like that one. That is fantastic.
I told you I write bad poetry.
She's awesome.
What you got there, Sandy?
Okay, so I just wanted to let everybody know that Kimberbell has a new Falling for Autumn quilt out. It's a machine embroidery one. And it's just come out. We have the project, which is the embellishment kit. Here it is.
All the fancies.
All the fancies. We have the CD for your design. And of course, this time they're using wool. So this could be kind of interesting because, of course, with fall, you kind of want to do some woolly stuff. So Maureen wanted me to mention that this has come in. And while I'm mentioning Kimberbell, I want to remind you that next week, starting on Wednesday the 5th and running for 3 weeks, is the Kimberbell 2 Scoops class.
Yeah.
Now, this is a class, not an event. So this is come in person, do your sewing. Sandy will be here.
And Sandy always, I listen to all the classes. Yeah. And Sandy's wonderful at the Kimberbell classes.
Yeah, so I will be here
Sandy
with a few
gives away
jokes.
the prizes.
Yeah, okay. Hi, Karen. There's Karen from Richard. So I do hope that if you're interested in doing a Kimberbell 2 Scoops bench pillow with us, that starts next Wednesday, give us a call. We'll get you signed up and tell you a few jokes and things. Now, Maureen gave me one more thing to talk about, and I talked to Dawn a little bit about this, but we have, and I just love this. We have a
linen.
Yeah, Essex linen. This one is called Essex Yarn Dyed Classic Wovens. And so a new one has just come in. I don't know if you can get it in the camera there. Should I put it over on the close-up and give it a try? Let's put it.
Do you want to try it on the close-up? There we are.
So to me, this is gingham.
It is gingham. Yeah.
They also have stripes. They're kind of cool stripes. There's a stripe, and it comes in different colors. Like we have black and gold and gray and pinky color, beiges, taupe, very pretty. So these are the new Essex linens that just came in. I was talking a little bit about these to Dawn, and I said, "Oh, Dawn, what could we make with it?" And she said, "Well, a quilt, of course." And I said, "Yeah, we could.
You could do bags."
bags. And I was thinking, she was thinking, you know, it's summertime. Wouldn't that make nice, like, skirts and shirts? Because
It
it's
would.
really nice.
It's got a little bit more body.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and read the
Okay, she's going to
top, read the label. It says, it doesn't say.
Okay.
I know our previous Essex was a linen cotton blend,
Okay.
so it's going to make it nice and comfortable
Yes.
for summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be lovely.
It's got good weight.
Mm-hmm.
Even a light jacket.
Yeah.
Can you see? Now, can you see Sandy? Miss
In
Press
pinstripes?
in pinstripes, a little lovely jacket with her press hat, with her yeah.
Yep. I'd look awesome. Yeah, thanks, Barb. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's our latest line that's come in. So I just wanted to let everybody know. Don't forget to check out your newsletter that's coming out this week, just to remind you of those wonderful super summer savings that are coming
tomorrow.
Yeah. So that'll come out, and we've got some really cool workshops, classes coming up. They're all listed online. If you want, give us a call. We'll sign you up. We'll make it happen for you, because I think this summer could be a lot of fun.
I was looking at the first week of July, the classes, and I'm going, oh, it's going to be busy back here.
It really is.
It's going to be busy.
Yeah. Yeah, we have next week, of course, the 2 scoops, and then we have the Bernina sewing for 2 days. The next week we have brother sewing for 2 days.
Yeah, those are our new owners classes.
Of course, I was talking about this yesterday with my gnomes, but we have the Tuffets are back. So we have that. We have that class. It's 2 days.
Bring your curds and whey.
Yeah, that's right. I'll keep the spiders out of it.
Okay.
All right. And that Tuffet workshop is July 17th and 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And just a hint on this one, if you decide to sign up for this one, please don't buy your kit yet, because the kits are available in class, and Anne's giving 20% off the kit sales during class time.
That's nice.
So, and then you get everything you need to make the physical parts of it, and your selection of feet. You just have to pick out what fabric you like. And because we're doing the small strip one, 2.5 inch jelly roll is absolutely wonderful. And then it's all matched for the whole line would match and look really wonderful. So anyways, wonderful.
You could even make a tuffet out of Essex linen.
You could indeed. That would be awesome.
So
or
elegant.
If you're into, like, I made mine out of gnomes once, but you could do Christmas. You could do Halloween. You could do a fall one, a spring one. Oh. This is from the lady who owns 2 big tuffets, 1 small and 1 medium one. So yeah, yes, I love tuffets.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I want to thank you very much, Barb. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll
talk again soon.
So we will. Yes, we will, because there's lots more to talk about.
Yeah.
And this was the 2nd day. You got me 1 more day, 3 days in a row. So tomorrow, sign in tomorrow at 4:15 for Canada A.